that particular in some of the two just was suspended CAF CEO no. Some the kind he did not read the room because it has caused some ripple effect. Yesterday, yetiti say be suspended CAF CEO and the Ghana Medical Association on the press release eba say any action you may take against the CAF CEO no, there will be a repercussion. Because in some no in 24 say chinyinim da wa yen bonchen the thing is there. We don't have the best. And why you fool? Yen can sing. I say 8 no. We the day 8. So let's put this on the screens. Or see, Minta Kando orders a immediate suspension of CEO. So this was what really happened. Quickly, no. Yen should you see a wana a year cap for edumufo so almost say hey and your moon somewhere na the bad the munim. Inte ho ena almost so many betuja as you are seeing on the screens. Or see, strike looms at CAF as doctors oppose suspension. Fatu screen, Susumami, producer. Strike looms at CAF. Strike looms at CAF as doctors oppose suspension of CEO. So basically, no, in some ebane say, doctors are more Komfo Anokye teaching hospital. Doctors no more no. They are not really happy. Based on a year in Sema Abase a suspended on CEO. Now, at the end of Hona, a cadre, any a canny a bit in the how best do you want our CEO to talk about it? Especially if been saying this for almost 2 years now. Nothing is being done. Now, strike doctors know any nurses for no imagine some Beko strike and Chebia and information for SN by. And to show the whole screen, so I'll say, CAF doctors begin indefinite strike over suspension of CEO. CAF doctors, that's Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. Omo doctors, no, they began indefinite strike over suspension of CEO. Nti si ane de enkane na okwa ye say emergency ward why man and then the okwa doctor bi any ho. Now I'm telling you this is going to cause a lot of death because in as much as said you yare kakra ya kokon kwanchan as a private hospital e bi o akwa yare nye too severe ye be ka chose oh ha say the need some machines no. So ye be transfer wo akọ kolebu ye be transfer wo akọ yi say and in most cases no or somewhere around the middle belt. I'm talking about Brown Hafo, Eastern region, Ashanti region, and even certain parts of the northern region. You better catch us here for Uncle G, Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital. Inti edo kwa na first isi ano, o case ni emergency case na impeni hwa, ana hwa hema. Isi akwa Dr. Bieni ho. Dr. Bieni ho, inti wuna na sebiyo yebewu. Now there's a press release to that effect. You be really part of it and it's really almost all of it. At the end of the day, you know, it is going to give us a basic overview, okay, as to what is really going on and also the way involved. So let's put this particular press release on the screens. Share press release now a screen. So this is definitely coming from the Komfo Anokye Doctors Association. You're trying to our friend Kada. Nigeria na kada foka. Osha letter way by NIDA 5th June 2026. Also notice of industrial action. And this came from the chairman of the board of Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, Kumasi. It reads, at an emergency meeting of the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital Doctors Association, in short for CADA, held on 5th June 2026, recent events in the health space involving the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital were evaluated. So based on Insama Akoso, they be within 72 hours. You see Obeka say emergency ward war IMA. Pa health minister said in Abeka, the next day was suspended a CEO no. Your catcher is also suspended CEO now. The problem itself still lingers. If not solve the issue, we will follow our CEO home. No problem. They suspended the CEO. Almost somewhere they almost follow their CEO home. It's now qua doctors now already know endorse who come ham. He said no money who beam. Into this the sequence of events. Or see, there was intense deliberation on the unprecedented congestion within the emergency department and the resultant measures instituted by hospital management to ensure the continued delivery of safe patient care. Members expressed profound concern that actions undertaken by management aimed at addressing serious patient care challenges and ensuring patient and caregiver safety have rather resulted in disciplinary sanctions against the chief executive officer. There were anonymous. They were anonymous that the decision by management to temporarily halt the emergency admission and coordinate with surrounding health facilities was an important clinical and administrative intervention intended to prevent avoidable loss of life and preserve patients' safety in the face of the severe capacity constraints. So basically, in some muchim ewa hane say yatete say word why your money at the best said you and your mope, but because why your that place is congested. Inti se bibi edo be to kra no eya na aya se fem kakra inti edo be ko ho na sinya baby fa wonto na hwa ye ma obewu doctors isu ewo hospitals akese e okrom asoso ya kan miensa pe 37 Kolebu Rage na eye Komfo Anokye podie it takes the whole of the middle belt. Inti de bia nkofo nya accident Kumasi Accra Eastern region heart attack cardiac arrest stroke nya de ade no sankofo ni nyina emergency unit no hwa ye ma de na opeso omonye de na opeso omonye nti omo kwadwen krom akoye meeting ye ka say okay abcd na ye koso no ye ntwentwen so ne nka say okay ntimi admitting nkofo osia ne hu kwan betima address the issue a health minister said ne kokwa pai ye nto aso. Also, the meeting further noted that Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital serves as the principal tertiary referral hospital for the middle and northern sectors of Ghana and continues to operate under significant infrastructural limitations despite an ever-increasing patient load. As I was saying, northern part of Ghana, the middle parts na ehwa na yedo beko na new FM sem papa ya blah 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 ehwa na yede ne kwa yakopon to ne sa efren. So a serious issue. A serious issue see afro na papa yare abc de ne Komfo Anokye and he didn't do no bed. How would you feel? He didn't die at the hospital though, he died before he didn't be call. But imagine say didn't call no ko here because of no bed. And yan kam nyomu okroma de just say be chime yen to aso ha say. Or see, the meeting further noted that Komfo Anokye Hospital serves as a principal tertiary referral hospital in the middle and northern sectors of Ghana and continues to operate under significant infrastructural limitations despite an ever-increasing patient load. The current situation reflects long-standing systemic challenges that require urgent policy and infrastructure solutions rather than punitive action against healthcare leaders attempting to manage their consequences. So, in some of my can say, I didn't know what I was here solving. See, yanum omubuefu. I then I beka in same see I would go about hufi. But then issue no enim da when you flood when you flood that say you Jimmy Phobi in so pa na omo di nwura ko Google temu de bi anas be bi nsu so for na kwase bi akofele esidan ho so de bi we ya de e betime 2 na more we ya de e betime $100 million aye but they won't do it and na Komfo Anokye aye ma building no senya tie ebueni ya kan enkwesi daben na afedi ye ka se hwa ye ma instead of you guys to do something brainstorm munye bibi mu ya ban scan ewo mo nsem mubuefu se mo suspend CEO ye to aso. Or say the meeting also unanimously condemned the minister's action in suspending the chief executive officer under the prevailing circumstances, describing the decision as unjustified and counterproductive to efforts to address the underlying systemic challenges confronting the hospital. Inti CEO na ba be kan se we ni nje hu po a bra ho na be hwe na kase ye tu ho anamo ne gu CEO nenim ase. Instead, if taking the approach of punitive measures, ye twi na so ye yi ne fiade so ye de nipa ye de ni be si ho a obe kan sem a ebe ma ban ne look good. Obe painting ma se ma Jesus eno ne ye ena eye Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital almost association of doctors no on page say masa ye nyam bofra wu ya tena ha ma NDC MPP akwa abasa o ma ne kode a ene wo so hu say yesu ye di nechi now almost also a can see me be call the next one on me boss to na eye yakọ eye insem foforo eso nti ye call the next page or say the meeting therefore unanimously adopted the following resolutions. It's doctor sing na kwatena so me meeting no o makwa adwum krom say si an way number ya sanke o see your way number number 1 to commence the total withdrawal of services by medical doctors of Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital effective 6 a.m. on Saturday today 6 June 2026. Ene me no ka say okwa doctors ni ho doctors ni ho because masaki CEO say why ma na waka Moso man no kwa yes you be cop. And doctors no nya you can easily replace. These are people who school for 7 years. Doctor Krako school for 6-7 years krana. And no crown your baby, you can't do anything. You need years of experience. More 10 years of experience. Sabio untimi country obia onya heart attack say enfa no nkoto ho na doctor ni owie school na you me operate on. We need a person who has the experience. Into omu nyina ekwa ene ewu ni ebewu. 2. Continuation of the industrial action until A, the suspension of the chief executive officer is reviewed and reversed. B, the board issues clear policies regarding the management of situations where the emergency capacity of the hospital has been exceeded. This should include explicit guidance on the patient overflow and circumstance under which admissions must be restricted in the interest of patient safety. C, the Ministry of Health provides clear timeline for the operationalization of the Siwa Hospital and Afari Military Hospital, as well as timelines for retooling the CAF and other hospitals within the Ashanti region to ease the burden. In some moka ne fire by number 1, and then Komfo Anokye Hospital doctors omunye ejuma effective CCM. 2, strike na be to aso akopim time omu chief executive officer no aban beka say si an ye de na ya sanso di nesi ade so whilst we are reviewing the case again. Say si ano say ye fa patient na patients aba emergency ward no ma ye ma e na wo say ye health ministry no beka say okay ho ye ma and am admit 500 patient na ho ye ma mo pause munye say and as munye 10 for mkogu ha give them guidelines. More guidelines that you can't just suspend. Again on part say Siwa Hospital ni Afari Military Hospital no hospital a bit my hospital bia ye bit me equip na patient overflow no ye di bia koho. So to not just be CAF alone, it's a CAF if CAF overflows, that's Komfo Anokye Hospital. If it overflows, ye di ebi mo be ko hospital, that Siwa Hospital, and also the Afari Military Hospital. 3, to engage the public and relevant stakeholders through appropriate media channels to highlight the challenges confronting CAF, particularly the chronic mismatch between patient demand and available infrastructure and resources within the Ashanti region and the country at large. Currently, the Komfo Anokye Hospital no, is facing a infrastructural problem, which is true. Hospital no, there's not been any extension. As I saw a bit my extended, but then any now let me give you a shocking comparative analysis. Way back 30-40 years ago, if Ghana's population was somewhere around 8-9 million, and the Ghana's population is heading towards almost 45 million. Sa hospital na first a Komfo and I say it takes care of basically like let's say around the middle but 3-4 million people. Now that same hospital is taking care of almost like 15-20 million people. How is this even possible? Yeah, address issue near the MPP NDC. This is exactly what will happen. So they need the ministry, the health ministry, the president to do things about and address the issue of how Komfo Anokye Hospital IMA Sisiano yehu de ebeye okoka so esi o ye suspending Komfo yet what sa and say one day obi bu afu say ne yere eba say o me deliver emergency yesi nya baby afa ne yere anto na te say ne bu afu ma akwashi hospital na say asem na asem ede aba. So that's exactly what is really going on. So let an akọ emunsem de bebre but basically no the top fan no ene yabo me no ka say no there's someone no afafranto the running mates afafranto the running mates me ka afafranto I'm talking about yera alanchemantin the running mates and on the same biaba betuja say Minta Kando is one of the people or yet the most arrogant ministers in the country. Yes, one of the most arrogant ministers in the country. Now running mate of Alan Chemantin, if I Kwame Owusu Danso Esquire. On this same way, Akotuja, I just Wakoka Ble, Wakoka to say, or the Wakoka is all this same way, Akotuja. It's no, you could see very soon in some of the Ababetuja or blasted Minta Kando say, one of the most worst ministers in this country because they were and you wound and you wo enenam you see doctors for you say sisi ano omu take care and as omo strike no any asem no first na asem no kon 20%. I say why no kon 90%. Basically calf is no more in operation. You can't go and take baby doctors and I say you basically take doctors from Accra to go there. Omu nyina ye one, it won't work. They have a collective purpose. Yenko tie sema Kwame Danso odi tuja babaka ye beto aso.
Not true.
Because he is more of a knee-jerk minister. Whenever he hears that there's an issue in a hospital, then he takes the media and then he runs there walking like some Arnold Schwarzenegger into those hospitals. That's what is happening. Because all the videos I've seen of him, when there's an issue, then he carries the media. He walks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He goes there, and that's what. Then we come back to ground zero. The issues still persist. Look, let's veer away from some of these sensationalism into an arena of seriousness. Healthcare delivery is a serious business. Akano is one of the worst performing ministers in Ghana today. Let's face it.
That's not true.
Because he is more of a knee-jerk minister. Whenever he hears that there's an issue in a hospital, then he takes the media and then he runs there walking like some Arnold Schwarzenegger into those hospitals. That's what is happening. Because all the videos I've seen of him, when there's an issue, then he carries the media. He walks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He goes there, and that's what. Then we come back to ground zero. The issues still persist. Look, let's veer away from some of these sensationalism into an arena of seriousness. Healthcare delivery is a serious business. Akano is one of the worst performing ministers in Ghana today. Let's face it.
That's not true.
Because he is more of a knee-jerk minister. Whenever he hears that there's an issue in a hospital, then he takes the media and then he runs there walking like some Arnold Schwarzenegger into those hospitals. That's what is happening. Because all the videos I've seen of him, when there's an issue, then he carries the media. He walks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He goes there, and that's what. Then we come back to ground zero. The issues still persist. Look, let's veer away from some of these.
All right, so that's exactly what is really going on. I just say, Minta Kando, he's taking a bite of all of these things at air course. So now, within the National Democratic Congress itself, please take the health minister picture off. Within